Time for divine shot, KJ events. This real talk's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Knicks shit, dripping in Knicks shit. Up in the world most famous arena with the click. That's the conglomerate. The Knicks real talk, the real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variant, I'm dominant. Paying homage to the cat in the chat. That's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that. You don't care for hyperbole, you straight facts. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, the facade. The entourage be on the job, my energy. 50 tripping and 10 books. As they cook my game plan, let my brand for loot and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that the Knicks we know is pretty, but we all stay giddy. But we embrace the fan base like the late Anthony Mace. We trace the logo when there's hair space that appear like square space. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, look at that Knicks City drip. And 50 Dexys on the court, looking pretty legit. I stay true to the orange and blue. I thought you knew, so here's a few bars to shine like stars divine the Mount Mars. Knicks real talk. Here we go, let's go.
Knicks real talk right here. I'm representing
Knicks real talk.
right here.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Knicks real talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Knicks real talk.
We here.
Here we go, let's go.
Knicks real talk. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Let's get it. Yo, salute everyone. What's going on, man? Knicks real talk game day. We in the building, Divine Shy. Knicks got the Philadelphia 76ers at the arena, man, in about another hour. But we're gonna get down and break down the game day, preliminary stuff, man, all the things on itinerary. Salute to the chat, that's where it's at. Appreciate y'all getting up in here. Jermaine, Lynn, Frank Matos, everybody, salute to y'all, man. Real Talk Shop House, what's good, brother?
Man, salute to you, Divine. Salute to the chat. Let's get it, man. This is some let's get it.
Yeah, real talk, man. What a game last night, though. Overall, man, we lost to another West Coast team in overtime. We played hard, couldn't get a rebound. Similar to what Luka Doncic did to us that time when he got the rebound and put it in the overtime. We had some opportunities last night, man, but we got to give them a gutsy performance for the Knicks. They went in there and played a pretty good team, man. Like we said, them wings they got down there, Paul George and Kawhi Leonard is creme de la creme when it comes to the 2 and 3 spot in the NBA. That team is pretty tough, man. But we battled though, man. But we came up a little short in overtime, and they prevailed on us, man. 134-128. Great game. It just we came up a little short, Shop House. But overall, man, we move on to Philadelphia today.
Yeah, that game was I said too, man. I say that's why I wanted it to be a low scoring affair. Low scoring affair with a little bit less, without an additional quarter, we would have won that game. We should have won that game. And kudos to us playing. We one thing we do, man. We are gritty, man, and we handle adversity real good. So hopefully this adversity that we going through right now, losing to this team, because we had them. We came all the way back from like 17 points down. They started fumbling the ball. They started, we had Jalen Brunson went crazy, and man, I very rarely say something on Twitter, man. I put on Twitter today, man. I wouldn't even been mad if I would have fouled him. I would have rather him, or as that ball was moving around the court, they would have fouled one of them. It wasn't enough time. Anyway, just one of those things, man. And the game was right there in our hands, man. And anything going, I love this team, man. But when the score is starting to get to 120 and stuff like that, it's not that we can't win, it's that we give the other team an opportunity to strike first. And what they do as soon as that the overtime came in, they struck first and they struck again, and then we was on our heels. We could come back in full 4 quarters, but 1 quarter, man, we had, I think it was like 35 points we had in the 4th quarter, man. We had 35. I think they had like 17, 19, 20 points. They didn't have anyway. Right, man. And that I'm happy with what the Knicks did, man. But that last play, we should have fouled them. She came down there, fouled them, got the ball back, gave them 2 points, got the ball back, and played the free throw game they had no timeouts. What, 6, 7, 10 seconds left? Yeah.
That was tough, man. It was a tough loss, man. But like I said earlier, man, this team, them cats got two cats who've been there, done that. You know what I mean? Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. I mean, you talking about guys who play LeBron them every night. So other than Jalen Brunson, you know what I mean? What he doing, man? It's just we was outmatched at that position, man. Grind the Artie couldn't do nothing with them dudes, man. And I think we spoke about that in the pregame. I know I made that known that listen. But for us to battle the way we did, man, and still stayed up in that thing, man. I wish we could have took that one over the hump. We lost so many games like that this year, Shop.
Yes, man.
Right there. We not the team. The team is not beating us. We beating ourselves. That's why I think the problem with me right now with the Knicks, and it could be mental mistakes, physical, whatever, but they're beating themselves out there, man. Real talk, man. Not being in a position that's rebound, not thinking like you could have, like you said, you could have fouled somebody and let them go to the free throw with 2 shots, and then that way, you know what? Obviously, they throw the last one off the backboard or try to hit the rim hard or whatever. But the Knicks should have put themselves in the opportunity to make them go to the free throw line because, like you said, if he would have, even if iHeart would have made, check it out, even if iHeart would have made him do a head fake, the game was over. He just had the way to make that dude stutter with that ball for a minute, and he couldn't get there in time enough. Because if he would have jumped and launched maybe a little earlier, the Platoon probably wouldn't realize how much time he had, and he knew he wasn't in a position to make the shot the way the defender was coming at him. I think iHeart just didn't do that, man. Like no fault that goes on him, just happened in the heat of the moment. You see things that happen, you react a certain way because your mental was just all over the place. But man, if he could have just, let Platoon, he would have got him. He would have got him. I'm like, but that's a big man running out there at the free throw line too. So it happens, man. But you know what? We fought hard, man. Tough loss, but we got to get it popping today because we got a monster team coming up in there today, man. I think a lot of people in the NBA sleeping on the Philadelphia 76ers. I really do. I think they sleeping on them cats, man. These boys is loaded down there with Joel Embiid, James Harden, Tobias Harris. They got it down there with PJ Tucker, Terrence Maxey now coming off the bench. They got a solid team down there. They 9-1 in their last 10. When I throw the game with the tape up, I'm not the tape the tail of the tape up. Excuse me. You'll see what I'm talking about. Them boys is ready, man. So that's gonna be a hard game for us today, man. We got to go out there, but we playing hard against everybody. That's the vibe. They shop out. We competing, man. We just ain't closing these games out, man. That's what it is right now.
Yeah, that is the truth, man. It's like I said, man, like we talked about yesterday, man. This team battles, man. They go at it. You know what I mean? They when you think the Knicks are gonna get blown out, they blow the team out. When you think that the Knicks can win the game, they win the game by 1 or 2 points. You know what I mean? We think that you're gonna blow them out or something like what happened yesterday. I mean, I even joked with you last night. You know what I mean? When I said, yeah, if that was Mitch, we'd have blocked it. Jokingly, but real Mitch would have definitely jumped up to put his arm up. iHeart got too close and he was too late. And I mean, at least Mitch would have got there and jumped as high as he could to try to make the shot a little difficult, you know what I mean? Which, coulda, shoulda, woulda. It's possible it could have been, something different, but overall, you know what I mean? That's one of those gut punches this year, man. It's one of those gut punches, man. And we had about 8 or 9 of them games, something 7, 8, 9 of those games, something similar to that, man. And it's the one thing that I could take away from that is it is a learning experience for this team that has a new point guard that can score. And I mean, this is definitely a learning experience, and it hurts, but they'll know better next time. Maybe it won't be iHeart there. Maybe it might be. Maybe they'll think a little quicker when the ball comes in because they had the defense. They had the defense, man. They could have fouled. They could have fouled Kawhi. They could have fouled any one of those 3 passes before it got to Brent. I can't remember his name right now. Yeah, it could have fouled any one of those guys and made it a 2-point shot. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, man. On to the next one.
Yeah. You know what? And another thing to add, a caveat to add to that. Can you imagine if RJ would have hit 2 of them them 3-point shots he took?
Yeah.
I mean, it happened. Listen, I ain't gonna persecute RJ like that on here tonight because the other game he's the one that helped win us the game against Miami. You know what I mean? Nobody else had it, so I'm not gonna persecute RJ today because he had a bad game last night. Because the game before that, it was for RJ Barrett, the Knicks probably wouldn't have beat the Miami Heat the other night. he missed a lot of shots though from that perimeter last night, man. I wish the team would have took an earlier shot. Took it a little bit earlier going down that lane, and don't rely on that three ball so many times. My shot's not falling. I'm gonna can that for now. And I'm gonna start going down the paint. He did it going toward the end of the last quarter, but a little
exactly what I was gonna say. He did that, and he hit a big 3-pointer. He went 0 for 8 or something like that, and then he hit that big 3-pointer. Yep. You know what I mean? And he hit a big 3-pointer, and everybody I seen on Twitter today, they were talking about how what's the dude with the braids that we played last night? Not Pierce, the Claw. Kawhi Leonard. They said, oh, he was dusting RJ. He was doing all that. He does that to everybody. It's not just RJ. You know what I mean? It's not just RJ. This guy is a premier player. I think the stats that he played in 74% or 75% of the games that he plays, he wins. I mean, he is he didn't make All-Star this year, but he is a premier player, man. So it's not like RJ, he burnt RJ. He does that. He's been doing that as long as he's on the court. He does that. Remember, I said this on Twitter. The year that when they went to the final, he hit that key 3-pointer in the corner that won him the game. You know, people forget about how they call him the Claw. The guy sticks his hands as big. They say his hands is big. He is the Claw, man. This is what he does, man. This is not like we don't know this. He does this. And RJ had a little problem with him, but I'm pretty sure other players have a problem with him, man. He's not low. He's not like he's not going to sit there and score 6 points and then the next game come out and score 40. He's consecutive with his scoring, 20, 30 points a game. He's there with it all the time. So that's to all the people that was on Twitter that was saying all that stuff. This guy's nice. You know what? We can be that was pretty good that Quentin Grimes got out there and kind of clamped down on Pierce a little bit. You know, I mean on what you call it last night, Paul. You know what I mean? He clamped him down a little bit. You know, he got his numbers, but it was hard for him to get those numbers. He was turning the ball over. He was making bad passes and stuff. He was hitting shots, but sometimes, with Quentin Grimes doing the defense, he wasn't hitting the shot. So kudos to Quentin Grimes about all of that, getting out there and doing all that stuff, man. But right now, with all this hoopla going on and all this stuff out in the atmosphere about, the people from Brooklyn and what they just did, the Knicks got to make a trade this year, man. They got to make a significant trade, man. We need to bring somebody in here and help that second unit out.
Yeah. Real talk, man. I think the Knicks, like you said, Shop, we said that in the pregame yesterday, and I kind of reiterated over and over. The Knicks are going up against Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard healthy, ladies and gentlemen, legitimately top 7 in the NBA.
Man.
When he healthy, Kawhi Leonard is top 7, top 5, bro. Really, real talk. So I mean, and that's why we kind of harped on that before the pregame. RJ and Quentin Grimes was going to have their hands filled in that game last night, and they did because that's who these cats are. Paul George is the real deal. Kawhi Leonard is the real deal. These guys are NBA experience. Kawhi Leonard, 2-time champion, one with the San Antonio Spurs and obviously with the Toronto Raptors. I mean, that cat is he's one of them cats that's just one of the best in the business. So you got to tip your hat to the Knicks, though, man. We got ourselves back in there. A couple of mental lapses here and there. RJ having a rough night from the 3-point line, like we said. A couple of other guys, but we can't even play, man. We just got to keep that defense get to being more stellar, man. But I'm not mad at the Knicks, man. They cats went out there and played hard last night, man. Jalen Brunson is the real deal. I think you could put a cap on. I don't want to hear another person talking about Jalen Brunson for this person, for that person. We got the point guard for the future in New York right here. This cat is going to be and this is the first year in New York. This cat he definitely going to help get this team one day. Maybe it might not be this year or the next year, but I think Jalen Brunson is going to help the Knicks get to a championship in the day. I think this cat going to help us get what we got to find a couple of players here or there. But whatever the case may be, I think if the Knicks win a championship in the next 4 years, he will be the point guard. That boy got game, man, and he ain't scared of nothing. You know what I mean? He ain't scared of nothing, man. Now, salute to him last night, man, for going up against that defense-minded team the way he did and gave him the business. So salute to Jalen Brunson, man. He kept us in that thing last night. To Randall had a couple of things here and there going. Like I said, RJ thing was pretty rough from outside, but he started going inside late in the game. But they were there for the taking, man. They needed a rebound here and there, and ice that thing. But what happens, man? We done lost overtime a couple of times for these West Coast teams in the last 3 games. But we move on to it, man. We got Philly tomorrow. We got Philly coming up tomorrow, man. So let's get and break down our itinerary, get into the starting lineups and all that, man. Y'all go ahead and check out the everything from the Taylor tape and everything on the vid. We'll be back once it's over, man. Knicks will talk, game day, Divine, Shot Powers. Let's get it, man. Yeah, salute everyone, man. That's what's good, man. We back, man. Knicks Real Talk. We in the building, man. Divine Shot, Knicks, and the 76 at the world most famous arena tonight at 6 o'clock. Big game for the Knicks, like always. They all big games for us, man. We hope we can rebound and bounce back off that disappointing. It wasn't so much disappointing. It just the way we lost. I don't want to say disappointing because our boys played pretty hard. It was heartfelt loss for me. Put it like that. It was a heartfelt loss. Not nothing disappointing about it, except that we didn't capitalize off a couple of opportunities, man. But I do like the fact that we came out there and played, gave it all we got. Caps was in there, man. They was in that game, man. I just think we couldn't get past that, man. So hopefully we can move on from a Shot Powers and get something in there that's going to help us get better, because we definitely need another piece here and there, man. I think we hopefully with Kyrie Irving situation happening, that's gonna, now all the dominoes are going to start to fall. We got 4 days before the trading deadline coming up. It's going to be a lot of. I think that's going to cause it to be a lot of movers and shakers. I think it's going to be a lot of movers and shakers just by the Kyrie thing. Like I said earlier, now, excuse me, I apologize. Thank you. When we now Dallas going to be a more potent team, so it's going to be teams in the West looking to do things to get potent too. You know what I mean? Like now that Dallas will step their game up, now people now they're going to think about stepping their game up. Because Kyrie Irving definitely makes them better with him and Luka. I mean, 2 cats who any given night can give you 30 points a game. I mean, that's a tough backcourt to deal with. Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic coming. I mean, that's crazy. You know what I mean? So you got to believe teams in the West gonna be like, okay, we got 4 days. We gonna have to step our game up, and then that's why I think the trade deadline might get a little bit more heated per se. I guess what I'm trying to say that in a nutshell. So get a little more heated, man. Let's see if the Knicks be in the fold for something or do something that can make this team better. I do think we're gonna have to do something, man. If we want to keep competing. Until even with Mitchell Robinson back, I still think we'll be a piece away from just being real solid in the playoffs.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna say this too about last night's game, man. We did. I mean, we had I think that we were even on rebounding with them. We did good at the free throw line, man. You know what I mean? And we pushed the pace with them. That's how we got back into the game. Mm-hmm. I mean, we only missed six free throws. And I mean, we played a great game last night, man. We just couldn't get over that hump. You know what I mean? And to the chat and everything like that, I believe so too. I think we need a big significant trade right now. Let's see what we can pull off in these next. Let's see what the front office can pull off in these next 4 days, because it's gonna. We need something. We need something. There's a couple of teams that that's out there that's maybe ready to blow their teams up. I.e. the Raptors, Miami. I mean not Miami. Chicago. it's a couple of teams that might be ready to blow some things up, and maybe we could capitalize off of picking up some people or something like that. You know what I mean? But let's see what's going to happen tonight. Is a big game, man, against a well-rounded team right here. You know what I mean? And we really got to get out there and be gritty tonight, man. We got to do some of the same things that we've been doing in the last couple of games. You know what I mean? And try to hold this Embiid down, man, because truth be told, this guy's been scoring off he's been scoring off the chain, man. He's not playing no games. He really looking for an MVP this year, and he wants to make it to the finals this year. So teams gonna have to pay attention to him, and we just got to get out there and play our game, man. Leave it in the hands of our three bigs. You know what I mean? Plus our three in our possibles. You know what I mean? We got a couple of possible guys that can come out tonight. Salute to Quentin Grimes for getting out there last night doing this thing. Salute to Deuce McBride for getting out there doing this thing last night. Salute to IQ and to Obi Toppin. You know what I mean? They really held us down. They got us. I think in the fourth quarter. Yeah, they got us. I think they got us down to 8 or 10 points, man, before they came back in, and they're playing okay basketball, man. They starting to get it back, get back into the flow. You know what I mean? So tonight is another big game. All these games coming up now are big games, man, and we really gotta try to strap down, and hopefully this front office, Leon Rose, and these guys can really say, listen, we can't go into this trade deadline and not pick up somebody else to help bolster this team, because we're going to need a little bit of help. And whatever they do and however they can figure it out, especially we have to really let go of Cam Reddish. I mean, if they have to do, I believe they have to do a couple of moves, but especially let go of Cam Reddish, unless they do that thing like I said last night, which I was just throwing it out there. If they sign Cam Reddish after the trade deadline, they sign him, and maybe they could put him and RJ in a package to go over there and get Ingram. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm throwing it out there early. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Cam Reddish, let's hope he gone by Thursday. And that makes sense from a standpoint of helping sign and trade him. But I still can't see that man sitting on the bench the rest of the season.
No way, man. No way.
Not good, brother. That is not good. I would be so disappointed in the Knicks organization they do that young man like that. If you don't want him, get rid of him. Give him an opportunity to go somewhere else and get it popping before he can get part of that bag that everybody else is getting. Let him go, man. And they did it with Knox for him. So they should. I think if they did it for Knox, if they did Kevin Knox, they gonna do him. They traded Kevin Knox to Cam Reddish like in this same type of scenario right here. So I think the Knicks got to move him by Thursday. So I don't think he'll be here, man. If he's here Thursday. That's crazy. I really do think that's crazy. We'll see, man. But today we got a problem on our hand. I just want to give a big shout out to my man Charles Aldineri from the Bahamas, man, out there in Nassau, holding down that beautiful place, man. Charles, salute to you, man. Thank you for coming in. Salute to the chat, everybody. Danny, Raymond, Falcon, everybody, man. Salute to the chat. That's why that frame out told everybody. Thank y'all for coming in, man. Knicks Real Talk Game Day. Knicks got the Philadelphia 76ers at the world most famous arena. 6 o'clock tip-off. Big game for us. Let's like the one last night. Let's hope we can prevail today, man. Let's try to, like I said, the team is not beating us. We're beating ourselves, man. I'm hoping that we really can come out there tonight off of back-to-back, which is going to be pretty tough. But find to dig down in yourself and your will and get it popping. Yeah, Danny, I'll talk about that in a minute. I'll throw some up there that's out there. I know we'll talk about that as well in a few minutes for what's going on in the trade world. But I got you, Dan. It's just for me, man. Shout out last night. I'm like, this team they could beat anybody. They could beat anybody if they on their game. The Knicks on their game, man, they could beat anybody. So we need RJ and all these guys, man, to kind of take a step in I'm gonna say years. Like, you might be 22, but we need you to play like you're 27 now. What I mean by that is you master the game, be a little bit more consistent. And figure out which way your game is going. Last night, RJ Barrett, you knew your game wasn't going for going from the 3-point line, then don't shoot it from out there. You know what I mean? Go in the paint, bang down in the middle a little bit, and then go back out there. I don't have a problem with him shooting. It's how many times he shoot it when he knew he wasn't in rhythm to shoot him because they was off that night. So last night I want to see the RJ what he did in the third quarter and the fourth quarter. This is about growth and maturation. He should have did that in the first quarter, second quarter. We said, okay, my shot is off from out there. Let me start going down the middle against these two thorough defenders out here. You know what I mean? Like I said, them cats make it hard on you, man. But I do think he got the strength to compete with them. We put the ball on the floor. I just want to see him do that a little bit more last night. Like I said, I'm not throwing darts at RJ because the other night against the Miami Heat, that boy went out there and helped the Knicks get that victory, man. You know what I mean? He put up 30, whatever, and it was for his 30, that would have been a long night. You know what I mean? So you can't, I can't get, you got to give him credit when the credit's due. When he do good tonight, he get it. But when he don't do good tonight, you don't get it. He don't get it either. So it's fair. It's fair. It's a two-way street. You get rewarded for your justice. You get a penalty for your justice, reward for your acts and deeds, whatever. But you do good, you get rewarded. You do bad, you don't get rewarded. So we're not going to reward him, obviously, because he didn't have a good game last night. But I know that this cat, he's part of what we have. But we just got to get off. Like I said, they played a real good team there. I mean, them cats got championship. We got playoff aspirations. The team we played last night got championship aspirations. There's a big difference. You know what I mean? When you got a team that's at least want to get in the playoffs, and you play against a team who's trying to win a title. Obviously, the competition level was way more prepared. But we competed last night. And Jalen Brunson, salute to you, my brother, because I'm real talk, man. He was in it, man. So we'll see how it goes, Shot Powers. We got to get at it today, man. These cats got to come out there and play ball for 48 minutes, hard, just like that, and play to the end. You know what I mean? Hopefully you can limit the mistakes at the end of the game and keep it close enough for you to strike. But they got a monster task on their hand. They got, to me, I think it's the MVP in the league. I know everybody talking about the Joker. I think Joel Embiid right now, the MVP in the NBA. That man putting up some crazy numbers. His team 9-1 in the last 10 games, like we showed on the itinerary. They shoot 42, almost 50% from the floor, and almost 42% from downtown. I mean, these cats' offense with James Harden and them cats is explosive, man. They moved Tyrese Maxey to the second unit Shot Power. Now they got DeAnthony Milton. That boy can light him up there too. He's gonna be at the point guard spot with James Harden. That's their offense is prolific, man. So we got to bring our A game tonight, man, on the defense side of the ball, and go out there and play hard. But I think about our offense. I'm not worried about, and I'm really not. I think Jalen Brunson can do what he did against them. Their point guards on any night. I think Randall can do what he do. The problem gonna be the big man in the middle, Joel. You know what I mean? The process in the middle gonna be the tough one for it. But we got to go out there and play tonight, and do the things we do, man. Hopefully we can pull out with a victory, Shot.
Yeah, we just got to get out there, be gritty, be gritty. Right now, our biggest downside right now is consistency. We'll come out there, we'll play, one quarter we'll play terrible, and then the next 2 quarters we'll play great, and then we go back. We get scattered in the third, in certain quarters. It's not always the first or the third quarter. This year, sometimes we smoking hot in the first quarter and smoking hot in the fourth quarter. Sometimes we give it up in the second and the third quarter. We just got to get out there and be, a little bit more prolific, man. And I believe in this team, man. Just to see how on these good teams that we're playing, the way we come back and we battle back and, we even the score up, we'll take a lead, Last night, I went horse last night, the way they came back and, hitting big shots, in certain seconds of the game and stuff like that. It was good to feel that way, aside from them not pulling it off, like I said, I wish I would have just fouled him. I'd have rather put him to the line and see if he could hit 3 free throws. Or anybody, even if it wasn't a 3-point shot, I would have rather put somebody to the line than to give up that 3-point shot. But with that being said, man, we're gritty, man. And this team is really versed in adversity. They know how to come back, and like I said, we still with the highs and the lows and the valleys and the peaks and stuff like that. And let's see if we can get back to the peaks right now, because I don't want the longer we stay in the valley, the more we hurt. We got to get back to being peak basketball. Where all the team is like last night, man. They all contribute, aside from the start. I think the full starting unit was all in the plus minus, plus minus. Well, we still fought, man. We still battled, and we got the lead. That is major. We just have to learn the Knicks have to learn how to get the lead and hold on to the lead, and that just comes with preparation and being together with your team. You know what I mean? Like I said, Jalen Brunson this is his first year trying to run this team, and he's putting a good foot forward. You know what I mean? And I'm just saying here as a Knicks fan, I'm hoping the Knicks make a significant move before Thursday on this trade line. I mean, at this trade deadline to really, if they go out there and go ahead and if OG is out there, go get him. Let's get him. You know what I mean? If we get OG and we put Grimes into the second unit, that's good. Now we got more bona fide players in the second unit. That second unit that came out there yesterday with IQ, Obi Toppin, Grimes, and Deuce McBride was playing some basketball with iHeart out there. You know what I mean? So let's see if we can get out there and get gritty, man. We do need help. You know, if it's if we could get a bona fide starter, or if we could get someone to really bolster that second unit, you know what I mean? And this Trent Jr. is really out there a lot. At least I see it on Twitter. That's out there a lot. The OG thing is really stirring up. Sadiq Bey is out there and stuff like that. There's some players out there that could be captured, man. And let's get somebody. Let's bring somebody in here and get them in here quick, so we could get them right before the All-Star break, and try to get them to work out with the team so by after the All-Star break, we could be better. And one quick note, I noticed last night with Mitchell Robinson. Salute to Mitchell Robinson for being on the bench last night. He does not have a hard cast on. He has an enabler to keep his finger, straight. That's a good sign. That is a good sign. You know what I mean? He has the brace part to his arm with the hard mobilizer. Excuse me, I said enabler. The mobilizer on his finger with soft. It looks like a soft bandage under his finger. That means that, I mean, what it seems like, it looks like it's healing. So maybe 2 more weeks or something like that. It'll be right after the All-Star break. Maybe we could get Mitchell Robinson back and get somebody else to really help us out for these next 20 or something games.
Yeah, real talk. What's interesting, man. Just before I piggyback off with Shot Powell, you look at last night. Here was the beautiful thing about last night's loss, right here. The Heat loss and the Hawks loss. So now we still at one game pretty much behind the Heat, because the Heat lost to the Bucks last night, which I was hoping that the Knicks won, and all they lost, and the Hawks lost. So we all stayed the same last night, man. And that's a good thing. So we still only one game behind the Heat for that 6th spot, and we got to look at Atlanta. We still got a game on them for the 8th spot. So that was the important thing. I'm glad them Cats lost last night. I was hoping we won so we could pick up a game on both of them. But obviously it didn't happen that way, so we got it. It is what it is. So, but I'm really looking forward to that, man. But HR, I got one for you, man. Listen, guys, this trading thing is gonna be crazy, and I'm gonna throw a monkey wrench in the game right for you cats right now. This is just to get everybody on a buzz. What happens to Brooklyn? All depends. First of all, what did they get back for Kyrie? I think Frank Mantle said a pick. I think it got to be some salary matching going on there. I don't know the players. That's what I'm trying to do, the players. So you think KD want to stay where he at right now? Like, man, I got a Ben Simmons who ain't never showing up. I just lost Kyrie. If I was Brooklyn, I would go ahead and ship Kevin Durant up out of there. Get much as you can to go through a semi-rebuild or whatever. Get rid of Kevin Durant. Send him to New York Knicks. We'll send you Evan Fournier, RJ, and anybody else. I don't give a shit. Pardon my language. Cam Reddish, RJ, Fournier, whoever. 4 picks, 5 picks. I'm just saying that Jalen Brunson, Randall, and Kevin Durant and Mitchell Robinson.
That's all it took.
That's already right there to me. They contended in the East. You switch that out. I'd had to bring it out there. I thought about it. Like, listen, that front line would be crazy. That team would be crazy nice. You talk about Mitchell Robinson at the 5, Kevin Durant, almost 2 7-footers out there. One of them get buckets. Randall can even go to the 3 because he's that nice, and Quentin Grimes and Brunson.
Yeah, let's make that happen. I mean, as much as I hate on KD for not coming here, 3-4 years ago when he should have came here with him and Kyrie. If that's what it takes to get him, I am so overwhelmed right now to see that Dinwiddie, Finney-Smith, 1 first round unprotected and 2 seconds got Kyrie.
Yep.
That's what got Kyrie. I swear to goodness, man. And I know I'm a Knicks fan, and I know everybody in the Knicks fan. If that was New York, it would have took Obi Toppin, IQ. It would have took 4 first round picks. They treat us different, man. We're a different type of thing. They don't want New York to really get. They want a humble New York, man. That's me, and I'm speaking out loud right now. But I'm feeling some type of way, man. Even in that Donovan Mitchell deal, man, they wanted three of our players, 3 first round picks, two signing trades and stuff like that. They wanted a part. They wanted everything from us, man. Every time. If it's not a player that's really not on our radar, we could get away with it. But when there's a player that's a bona fide player, they make it so hard for the Knicks to try to get to be their best. And I mean, so let's see what we can do in this next couple of things. Right now, I'm ready. I'm ready to for whoever it is, man, give up all the picks you got to get. I really was at one time I wanted to at least keep our 23 pick, but if our 23 pick with the Mavericks 23 pick with that
Detroit,
with Detroit pick, another first round pick in 2020. Oh no, we can't even do 2024. I want to try to hold on to 2025. That's going to be another big year, man. Do whatever it takes right now because. Right now, the Knicks need help, you know what I mean? And it's not the fact that, we're a bad team. We just need help finishing. We need help on the perimeter defense and stuff like that. Not saying that the Knicks don't do the best that they can, but if we can get better at doing our best, then what else is to be said? Do what you got to do, Leon Rose, We ain't going to hide all these first-round picks that we got for the next 3-4 years. We're not going to use them. You know what I mean? I don't think I see no first-round picks coming as long as we got RJ, Randall, Mitchell Robinson, Quentin Grimes, and Jalen Brunson on the court, for our starting 5. And if we keep on a whole of IQ, Obi Toppin, Sims, and Ihart, where we gonna fit a first round pick at? To sit him on the bench, we'll let go Swev. I believe D Rose is gonna go. I believe Evan Fournier is gonna go. So let's do something, man. Let's do something, get something. Hear what you hear all the Knicks fans chattering about OG, about Trent Jr., all these guys. Let's make it happen this time, man. I really want to see something to make us a little stronger going into this playoff push right now. I really do, man.
Yeah, you know what? The reason I brought that KD thing up because I think it's going to happen somewhere. Maybe not. KD ain't going to stay in Brooklyn.
He didn't even want to stay in Brooklyn. He was trying to get traded at the offseason.
That's why I brought that up for this reason. Think about this here. I'm not saying the player I want you to put in there. I'm just putting a player in there that I think that's going to make it work. You know what I mean? Not whether I don't give it was Randall or anybody. The reason I brought up Fournier, RJ, Cam Reddish, and who else? I think I had another person there. Whoever may have been. The good thing about the KD just signed a deal, right? But RJ just signed a deal too, and Fournier still got another 18 on his deal. So I guess what I'm trying to say is. The money not going to seem crazy because we was about to give RJ some of that money anyway. You know what I mean? So us bringing in KD's contract is not a big deal. When he be making what $10 million more than RJ or something like that, whatever. So you still have it'd be clean cut for maybe 2 years between RJ's salary and Fournier's salary. So it like we'll really be only paying 3 years of his salary, 2 or 3 years of his salary once it's all said and done. Once Fournier get up out of there and once RJ as well. So I think, but if you could take that same trade, if then the Nets want to deal with the Toronto Raptors, so you can get involved in the 3-team deal. You know what I mean? Then the Nets could say, okay, we don't really want the $100 million RJ. We'll send it to Toronto. We'll bring back, these other guys who got aspiring deals, and the Nets said we got a ton of draft picks, we got a lot of aspiring deals. We can get back in this thing another way. So I think that's how I would look at it from that perspective. But I tell you what, though, man, the dominoes are failing, man. This Kyrie thing today, real talk, man. I think it got the domino effect right now. I think now people gonna be willing to deal because they're gonna want to. Now they're gonna have to deal with the Dallas Mavericks in the West now. Dallas Mavericks different with Kyrie Irving, you know. So right. I think that they're gonna head down the teams in the West. They're gonna have that. We got to make a deal because these cats about to be on the come up. And where did they go last year? They went to the Western Conference Finals with Jalen Brunson. They went last year to the Western Conference Finals with Jalen Brunson. Now they're bringing Kyrie Irving. They still can get back there. So teams gonna be looking out for the Mavericks now. Mavericks put a lot of cats in the West on notice of making this move. So with that, like I said, to me, I say all that to say that's why I think the trading is gonna kind of start, the floodgates gonna start opening up. And I think there's gonna be some will and dealing between now and Thursday at 3 or 6 o'clock, whatever, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, whatever the case may be.
I hope so.
And then I think for the Knicks perspective, now they're gonna be like, oh man, Brooklyn lost Kyrie. Now all we got to do is deal with Milwaukee and the Celtics and the Sixers. Cavs is there. I still think Celtics, Bucks, and Sixers going to be, now that the Nets are going to be out of, to me, them the three teams to beat. The Celtics, the Bucks, and the Sixers going to be the team to beat in the East. So now, but you got a lot of people like Cavaliers, the Heat, the Knicks, that and the Hawks. You bringing the right player. You got a puncher's chance because you got a puncher's chance now because there's only three people up top that's really literally totally gonna be locked in at that 3 spot. And I think the Celtics, the Bucks, and the Sixers, who we playing today. I think the Nets, they don't get no higher than that with losing Kyrie and all that.
They dropping.
And then Cavaliers, they're not too good on the road. They play good at home, but they're not. That's why they got 22 losses, and we got 26. They're not too good on the road, but they're just the Heat and the Knicks. So you bringing the right player, he ain't got to be a superstar, but if you bring in a good player, get Mitchell Robinson back, you can get somebody in that second unit. You got a puncher's chance to go out there and upset somebody. So we'll see, man. But I think it's going to be crazy going on from here on out. The Knicks need a piece, preferably Cam Reddish spot, like I always say. Let's see what they do, man. They start lineup pretty much a lot. I think they start lineup as a lot. When Mitchell Robinson get back, that stays. I don't have a problem with that. I just, now that I look at Jalen Brunson, R.J. Randall, Quentin Grimes, and Mitchell Robinson, I'm good with that. I'm really good with that. And I think we're missing my man dearly, Mitchell Robinson. So it's going to be pretty interesting the next couple of days, man. It's going to be really interesting, man. But I don't have a problem putting anybody in trade that's going to make the team better. I really don't, man. I hope these guys know what they're doing and they get a pop because we're going to need it. I'm telling you, you'll see today. The team we going up against today, they stacked, man. That's a really good starting five they got there. They all got experience, all of them. Milton probably younger, but that Tobias Harris, Joel Embiid, PJ Tucker, these cats been in big games, man. These big game players they got down there. Obviously, James Harden, Western Conference Finals. I think my man PJ was with them, and he went with Miami too somewhere. Obviously Joel Embiid, been close. Other than that Kawhi Leonard shot, like Shaw talked about earlier, that bounced around the rim. Hey, they would have been in the Eastern Conference Finals that year. They could have won it. You know what I mean? But Kawhi Leonard hit that baseline shot that dribbled around the rim, and they beat them boys, man. So, but they got a good solid team. Tyrese Maxey and all these guys on the bench. Fork Moss, all these guys, man, they can knock them down, man. They Shake Milton and all these boys. So it's gonna be a tough game tonight. Real talk, man. But I do think the Knicks gotta go out there and play hard tonight, man. Because they're playing against a team that's sitting third in the Eastern Conference, 34-17. Bucks 36-17, and the Celtics 37-16. Them three cats right there. They got an arsenal on that squad, man. All three of them. So let's see how it goes, man. But you know what? We pretty much beat them all before too. So
yeah, we need to beat them, man. We need to beat them. Come out tonight, especially having that game that we had last night and win at the Garden, man. Wow. Sheesh. Wow. Win at the Garden, man. We've been screaming that all year long, Devon. You know what I mean? Let's try to win 25, 30 games at the Garden. We got to win some games at the Garden, man. Our better chances of being 6 and above is if we finish off this year at least 500 at the Garden. And I mean, we I think we're 2 games under right now, man. We gotta get over that hump, man. We gotta we really gotta get up over that hump. And to Danny, I believe we just hold fast with iHeart and Sims until Mitchell gets back. You know what I mean? We already got a clutter at the once Mitch comes back, one of those guys, Sims or iHeart, is gonna sit down. You know what I mean? So if we bring in Ibaka or somebody like that, you know, I think it's just going to put a lot of pressure on people that's going to be sitting on the bench. And you know, I would love to see Ibaka here if iHeart wasn't here. You know, if iHeart wasn't here, I'd be okay with getting Ibaka. Or you know, there's even some chairman out there about Mo Bamba maybe getting traded in this trade deadline. You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind seeing those guys here if we didn't have we have 3 centers right now, you know what I mean? And when Mitch comes back, if he can stay healthy for this rest of the duration of this season, you know, we're not going to see too much of Sims that much, you know what I mean? We may not see as much of, I mean, we'll see Ahad, but his minutes will drop down once Mitch comes back, you know what I mean? So let's see what happens, man. I think we can hold fast and wait till Mitch comes back. We got this rest of this week coming up, a couple of games, and then we got a full week off for the All-Star break. And hopefully, at least the week after the All-Star break, hopefully Mitchell Hand will be ready to you know, get back into gameplay, and you know, we push forward to try to make it into this top 6 in the Eastern Conference.
Hey, what you guys take? What you guys take on that, man? Let's bring that shop. How brought this up? Would you do Mo Bamba for iHeart? I mean, I'm talking about from a basketball standpoint. Yep. Not from because he's from New York, blah blah blah. But would you guys do in the chat, and anybody else might be listening or checking in? Would you do Mo Bamba for iHeart? Because I think Mo Bamba making $10 million, iHeart right around 8, so it works out. I don't know if there's any picks gonna be involved. Y'all guys tell me. But just from them 2 guys' game, the way they play basketball, and what they could do, would you trade iHeart for Mo Bamba? Sentimental aside, I'm talking about from what it could do for the team from wins and loss perspective. Okay,
yep.
He would.
I would too.
Yep.
I would in a heartbeat. You know what I mean? That's not taking anything away from our heart, man. He plays great basketball. He's gritty. But I just think, you know, Mo Bamba's a little more athletic. You know what I mean? He's a little bit more athletic, and he's a little bit more prolific from the 3-point shot right now. If we could get someone in that second unit to spread it out and make you have to play defense against Mo Bamba, yeah, I'd be ready to do that because he can hit the 3. He could drive a little bit, and you know, he's a defensive threat as well. So if it was a trade for iHeart for Mo Bamba, I'll jump all over that, no question.
Okay, yeah, I would have to do that myself, man. No question about that. I think him and backing up Mitchell Robinson would be crazy. Mo Bamba backing up Mitchell Robinson, it'd be crazy. Just due to what these cats can do with the ball. They got some certain skill sets. But don't get me wrong, iHeart been playing hard. Yep. And frankly, both of them had 1 more year. That's why I like you kind of I could do that. I could do that. And I think Mo Bamba under Tibbs would be a real good basketball player. You know what I mean? I really believe that. So he developed a lot of good guys in New York, man. You can see our youngsters, the way they playing quickly and grind, man. Tibbs did a good job developing the young boy. Mitchell Robinson, look how he playing. I mean, you know, he did a good job, you know, so but I just brought that out there because I know he looked like we were talking about the name. But also, guys, ladies and gentlemen, you know, we hear about this thing with who was it? Obi Toppin. Let me make sure I'm on the right team. The Utah Jazz in the package that was out there. You know, that's an interesting one right there. I like him. D Cool. I ain't mad at that one right there, bro. That boy Nas Reed is something. That boy is something. He's what you want Jericho Sims to be, literally. Nas Reed is what you want Jericho Sims to be right now. If that was Nas Reed playing for the Knicks right now with iHeart, vice versa, and I like Jericho Sims, but this dude right here I had to take him. No question about it. No question about it. Nas Reed is a good ball player. It's a good one, D Cool. But yeah, man, that Obi Toppin, I don't know how real that is, man. It's out there though. They talk about exploratory talks, things of that nature. That could be the Malik Beasley thing with somebody else who knows.
I've seen that out there too.
Vanderbilt a good defensive ball player too. Yeah. Hey Frank, what do you think about that? Would you do that? Would you do it? Would y'all do that trade right there, Obi and Fournier for Vanderbilt and Beasley?
Yep.
Yes, indeed.
Yep.
I would too.
You ain't even gotta ask me. Yeah, what was it? Yep.
Yep.
What you say? Oh, yep. I do that.
Would.
I do that real quick. You ain't even gotta. And if it takes a first round pick to get make that deal, get acclimated, then I'll do that too. We need some help right now, man. If we looking to push forward in this playoff burst right now, we're gonna need some help with. If we gotta get up, I hate to see Ob go. But you know what I mean? I hate to see Obi and Fournier go, but if Vanderbilt and Beasley come in here and boost the scoring and help the team out and stuff, we won't even remember Obi Toppin by the end of the year. At least, me as a Knicks fan, I probably wouldn't even remember. If he goes out, I'll miss him. But if these guys come in and really bolster the team and help us project ourselves past the fifth or to sixth to the fifth or something like that, yeah, in a heartbeat I would do it. You know what I mean? I'll miss Obi. Fournier. See ya. You know what I mean? And I'll remember y'all every time we see y'all as y'all always be a Knick. But if that's what it takes to help us do to turn this team around and get some more scoring and more defensive presence on the 3-point line and stuff like that, I do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, real talk, man. I agree with the chat, man. Salute to the chat too. Y'all always got to pop it up in there. Danny, Nick 100 in the building, Frank Matos. Salute to everybody. Be cool. But yeah, I think that's what I would love to. Here's what I wish the Knicks could do, because he's going to get rid of him anyway. Instead of Obi Toppin and Fournier, even if you got to throw a pick in there or 2 second rounders, I'll throw Cam Reddish, 2 picks, second rounders for whatever, and Fournier to get them 2 in here. And I'm quite sure. I mean, Utah looking at, okay, you know what? We got a Spiron deal coming in for half a year, less than a half a year, and then we like to make a sign them like, see that'd be a good thing too. Now you could test what Cam Reddish really would be about. So say if they traded him and see if Utah signed him or Utah let him walk. Now you can see why the Knicks didn't sign him, Atlanta didn't sign him, and the Utah didn't sign him. If that's the case, it'd be a good measure stick for what we feel about Cam Reddish. If the Knicks doing him dirty or the Knicks don't believe he's the future, he's not part of the future of the team. So that's a good way to say you right there. But because if Utah don't sign him and let him walk, they're like, well, damn, So there go 3 teams, and he moved on. Let's see how it go, man. It ain't about that. But I was saying all that to say that you throw Cam Reddish in there instead of Obi Toppin. That's not a bad deal too, because you get to keep Obi. But obviously, I still would do the trade even with Obi and Fournier for Vanderbilt and my man, because with Obi giving you an offense, my man Malik Beasley can shoot it from out there, so he gonna give you them 3-point shots. But Malik got a little bit more dog in him, man. And Vanderbilt can defend with the best of them. So that'd be a pretty interesting move, man. They want Obi, then I would have to probably get to make it happen though.
I'm right now. Aside from our starting 5 and IQ, I'm ready. Anybody could go after that. I believe in Grimes. I think Grimes by next year, after he has an off season this year, getting more in tune with his body and his mind, I think he's going to be someone that we want to keep. He's still young, 22, 23 years old. He still have time to progress in his NBA career. IQ, I think if unless it's a big major trade, IQ's stock is high, and if IQ wants to stay here, if it's up to me as a Knicks fan, if I had the choice of keeping IQ or Obi Toppin, I'm all the way on IQ. I'm 100% with IQ. He has really helped us out a whole lot this year. Also, Obi, I'm not trying to get anything from Obi, and I'm not saying trade Obi. I don't want no one to think that I'm like, oh, get Obi. Nah, but at the end of this year, by July, we may not see our Obi Toppin. We may not see Evan Fournier. We may not see Derrick Rose. We may not see iHeart. We may not see Swev and all those rest of those guys that's sitting on the bench. Majority of those guys are probably going to be gone. We may even see another big trade when we may sign Cam Reddish and after July 13th and ship him over to New Orleans for Ingram. I'm gonna keep running that all year.
It's all good. You can bring me up ahead. We got something popping. But salute to my man Ron. Ron, what's good?
Yes, sir, Ron. Yes, sir.
Coming in the chat, my brother. Appreciate you. Real talk. But hey, like I said, man, the IQ thing. I think the reason they're gonna trade Obi before IQ because they both got drafted in that same class for the Knicks, and they ain't gonna be able to sign both of them. Obviously,
right.
Not the Knicks can't sign Obi Toppin and give men money when RJ is taking kicks in next year. You're gonna be looking to do something that's a little bit more of an upgrade. Let me put it like this here. The Knicks gonna really look to upgrade next year, man. I really believe that, man. Would they done pretty much solidify that team with that starting lineup? To me, I think I'll let you go get a superstar coming in here. I think that 5 he got right now, I'm good with it. Mitchell Robinson, Grimes, RJ, and all them. But if something bigger comes up and it's gonna put the Knicks in a better situation, you gotta go make it happen. So I do think Obi Toppin will be gone because I think the Knicks going to keep Quentin Grimes, and I think they're going to keep Emmanuel quickly. Then the 2 next contracts that I think the Knicks going to give to their rookies, people who they drafted. You look at RJ, they gave his money. Like I said, I always say, Mitchell Robinson got his money. The guys that got their money, who they drafted, I think them the next 2 guys that the Knicks give money to. I think it's going to be Grimes and quickly. So I think McBride. Also, they gave Gerald Sims his money. Like $1 million something a year. So I do think that they'll move. I think they will move Obi Toppin, man. If it come down to a shot power, because he got to qualify like $10 million. Now, what you gonna give him? He ain't played $15 million worth of ball yet. To me, you know what I mean. That to me that's what it tells me that they haven't did that yet.
Yeah, I'm. Let's see what happens, man. Like I said, in the off season of this 23 year, before the drafts and all that stuff coming in, there's going to be a whole lot of stuff that's going to be moved around, and I'm hoping that we can make a small move now because by the end of this year, I believe a couple of these players that we have what makes it, we're right now we're I think it was 141. I think we have like $7 million in the bank right now before we hit a luxury tax. I think it's like $7-8 million before we hit luxury tax. That big luxury tax. We're right now. Once Fournier comes off the contract, once Rose comes off the contract, if we could get rid of Obi, Reddish, and all these other things, our money will go back closer to the limit. But we got up to $150 million before we really hit that luxury tax, man. And I think we have about $7-8 million somewhere around there right now. So let's see what we can come up with, man. Right now I just for now, I'm not even talking about the end of the season. We need some help right now. If it takes 3-4 first round picks and 2 or 3 players, let's make it happen. Let's get somebody in. Let's get these Malik in here. Let's get the OGs in here. Let's get the Sadiq Bey in here. Let's get Trent Jr. in here. Let's get one of those guys. If if the Raptors are about to blow it up and stuff like that, let's go over there and see what we can sort out from the Raptors. If Detroit is going to blow it up, let's see what we can go over there and get from Detroit. Now, if Chicago's going to get ready to blow it up, let's see what we could get from Chicago. Let's see what we could do right now, because the sooner the better. I wish they could come out Monday, tomorrow, and be like, yeah, they're offering 5 first round picks plus Reddish and Derrick Rose to the Raptors. Because it looks like the Raptors are about to blow it up. There's a couple of chatters out there about Van Vliet going to LA, and what's the other guy they got over there that they're looking to try to move him to. So it may be on, if they're right now they're 12, I think, or something like that, 11, 12 or something like that out of the play-in right now, and they're 4 or 5 games out of the play-in. And the way they're playing, it seems like they may want to break it down. You know what I mean? If they break it down now, maybe they might have a shot at that whatchamacallit guy, Wambanambi, you know what I mean? Who knows? You know what I mean? So let's see what they can do. Let's see how they can work it out, and let's make it happen. Let's make it happen quick, like Monday. Monday. Right after this game.
I'm about to shake up the chat right now. I'm about to shake it up because I'm not saying this. I don't want it to happen. I'm not saying, but let me ask you a question. OG, Gary Trent Jr., you give us blah, blah, blah for RJ Barrett, and RJ goes back home to Canada and play in his home country.
I mean,
OG, Gary Trent Jr., and however what you can work it out for RJ Barrett, and RJ Barrett gets to play in Canada in his home country.
I would do it. I would do it. I would try to see it happen. I think RJ wouldn't mind that trade either. I mean, that trade is probably going to happen after July though, because that poison pill right now is a hampered right now. It is so hard to do. I was doing some trade finder and stuff like that. It's so hard to move RJ right now because right now he is $10 million, but the Knicks have to. I believe the Knicks have to take back 20-something million dollars, but only give out, it's a funny way of trying to get the trades going on. But after July, I think it's July 13th, I think it is. After that, RJ, that's another reason why I keep saying this. I know I'm joking about it. If Cam Reddish is not moved by his trade deadline, best to believe me, they're going to sign Cam Reddish for 1 year. And at July 13th or 14th, RJ and Cam Reddish are going to be in New Orleans, and we're going to get Ingram. Book it.
Hey, Jermaine, don't kill me, Jermaine. I just threw it out there as a scenario. I'm an RJ dude, so y'all don't throw that to me. I just threw it out there to see what the reaction was. But listen, listen, man. I'm a RJ fan, man. Real talk. Don't get it twisted.
My bad, Jermaine. We just Knicks fans. We just popping junk right now. Yeah, I'm not giving up on RJ, man. He's 22 years old, man. I would rather keep RJ right now before. And this is just me as a Knicks fan. I like OG Anunoby. I like OG, but if it was a chance of keeping RJ or signing OG, I would keep RJ. RJ has a much more higher ceiling than what OG has. In 3 years, when RJ is 25, like OG is now going on 26. We could have a different RJ. He could get with that Randu, getting lean and stronger with his arms and stuff like that. Get them straps around the leg to make him learn how to move lateral, have that lateral movement like the boxers do and stuff like that. And he could be a whole different type of defender. So I'm just making jokes, you know what I mean? But I'm joking. But if they could sign Reddish,
right. I just brought that up because in the NBA, you always got to look at the what ifs and blah blah blahs. Say if you did make that trade, check it out. See if you did make that trade. You ain't got to listen. You ain't got to sign Anunoby and Gary Trent Jr. to no extension. You can let their money go off the books, and you can let. Now you got back almost $27 million a year. I'm just saying that when you look at it from a business perspective. Now not because of this is just business I'm talking about. Now you got $27 million. You got by then you have what's his name, Hartenstein, $8 million. That's 35 million. You will have Derrick Rose off the books. You will have Evan Fournier off the books. The Knicks in the gets to be sitting around $60 million. $60 million. You know what I mean? That's from a business side of it. So now you still got a lot of things you could do, man. You could say, you know what? I could sign whoever. If hypothetically, let's say if Giannis want to leave Milwaukee, you got Giannis money and some. Or so let's say if somebody else want to leave somewhere that can help this team get to contention in a year or two, you got the money. But I just said that from a business side, but I definitely I'm open to whatever makes the Knicks better and contenders. We there. I'm not saying trade. That's what I said. I want to throw it out there to see how the chat react. That's what I did. I knew it drew a lot of attention because when you come off a game like RJ had the other night, Then you hear all the fans on Twitter want to throw the man under the bus.
Yeah, man.
Brady, but nobody on Twitter didn't want to throw him under the bus when he dropped 30 on the Heat the other night and won. So you get the split fan base on RJ, and that's why I put it out there. You know what I mean? Because I know this fan base is split sometimes when it comes to him. I'm an RJ dude, brother. I ain't hating on that. But things like that, that's the thing that you always got to take into consideration, because who to say RJ don't want to go back to Canada? He might go back to Canada. He might be like, yeah, I love to go play in front of my home country, my high school friends, my family, my mother and them. I can see my mother every day. I can see my dad, blah, 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 whatever. But what makes you think he wouldn't be thinking about it as a young kid? Going to Montville Academy up there, man. And you know, you never know what you see how much love they get RJ when he go to Toronto.
Word up.
That's what he might be yearning for that, but right now it might be Brunson and Randall getting it now. You understand what I'm saying? In his mind, he like, well, if I go to Canada, I'm gonna be a star up here, a star from commercials, blah blah blah, home cooking, everything. Now that we got Randall and Brunson, he might not be able to be that star that he might want himself to be. That's why I put that out there. You know what I mean? The cat might say, man, I can go to Toronto and become a household name. A real talk, brother. You know what I mean? A household name. And I don't have to play second fiddle. And then hopefully you catch
nobody.
Yep. You know, that's how it works. Yo, but Dexter, salute Dexter. Salute to the chat. Jermaine, yeah, we wasn't. Jermaine, don't. Crazy. My man Jermaine, salute to my man Jermaine Royce. He's always been holding us down, man. Representing Knicks, talk what he can, man. Appreciate you, Jermaine. Wacko, what's good? Wacko from Brooklyn in the building. Salute to you and everybody in the chat, man. Y'all cats always got to pop it, man. But listen, man, the Knicks about to go get it pretty soon. They got to go up here and beat these boys, man. That was some great talk there, man. Real talk.
The professor, salute. Good to see you back in the chat.
It was good. Elton Lee, my man. Salute to the professor in the building. But yeah, man, that'd be crazy, man. Just from like the Knicks are in so good of a spot, they can literally in 2 years they don't do nothing, can have $60 million in cap space, straight up. Depending on how they finagle stuff, and you got a foundation with Jalen Brunson is your foundation. You know what I mean? This is literally the Knicks. To me, he is the foundation of what the Knicks gonna do moving forward. Now you hope the guys like Grimes and all these guys progress. Randall keep doing what he's doing. I know we get Randall give us a hard time, but Randall putting lights out right now. So you get a A1 dude to play with these cats. It's over, man. Yeah, man. It's over. You get an A1 dude to go with that team we got now. Like I said, y'all, KD is out there, brother.
Hey, look, Divine. Look what Elton Lee said. What were we just talking about, right? In the background. Yep,
that's right. That's why I said it earlier, Kyrie. Elton Lee. I'm glad you thought. Great minds think alike, we say. Brunson should be going to the All-Star. Kyrie in Dallas now. He should be that next dude pick. After last night, too, Jalen Brunson should be Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson should be Nick All-Star with Kyrie Irving.
I really wonder how that's going to work out now that he's traded to Dallas. He can't play in the East now. He can't play in the East All-Stars. So what's going to happen now? I already think that Brunson got snubbed. Not to downplay, but Halliburton. I mean, they team. Anyway, let me not say that out loud.
Hey, listen. After dropping 30 the last 2 games, I'm not sure. I thought that spot would have to be freed up. Because if he can't be, even though he was picked in the East, but if he's not playing, if he don't play in the East, he can't go. I don't know if he can go to the All-Star as the Eastern Conference. Even though all his numbers he got put up was in the Eastern Conference. Okay, he said, Smoking Nick said, I don't think they does that how it works. He says they pick teams. Okay, that's cool. But it would be a no-brainer, like Elton Lee said. Real talk, if they could do it that way. If the how would I say it? If the coaches had to pick somebody, let's say if they was allowed to do that, I would have had to pick Jalen Brunson, man. Real talk. That cat, look at the last 2 games, 30, he been killing it, man. Yeah, that's for sure. Phoenix, the Phoenix Suns are prepared to pursue Kevin Durant. He could become, I wouldn't be mad at them. That they need him. They need Kevin Durant out there. And
they better. I hope they hurry up and do that before the trade deadline. Then, because if Brooklyn drop out of the, what's they in 5th place or something, fifth place,
4th.
Yeah, if they could get, I wish they could get Kevin Durant now because they surely would drop right out of fourth place, right down under. They'll probably be in tank mode by the end of this season.
And these guys, we shouldn't have linked to Jay Boogie, but we about to be out, folks. But I'm gonna let the brother get in because that's my man, Jay Boogie. I'm gonna send it to you, brother. I hate to catch you on a short note, you know what I mean? But I got you, my brother. Real talk. You know, on my watch, I got about 5 minutes for game time. There you go. There you go. There you go, Jay Boogie. It's in the building, my brother. I got a link. Yeah, man. But like I said, KD with Jalen Brunson and Randall, it's a game over. And Mitchell Robinson and Quentin Grimes, we compete. Ain't no question about it. The only person I can see dealing with us is the Bucks, Celtics, and the Sixers. That's for sure.
Let's make that happen. If they're gonna do that, let's make that happen by Wednesday night. Let both of them go down because that give us more room to jump into 6. Just saying.
6, but we going to 4.
I mean, I know. I'm being optimistic. I don't want to blow no bridges or nothing like that. I don't want to light no candles and don't know how to blow them out or nothing like that. But you know, and that's a good wacko for Brooklyn. Word up, that is a great move right there. Cam Johnson, Miles Bridges, and Crowder for KD. That sounds like it worked for me.
Yeah, that still make that team good. The Nets will be good. All three of them players can play. All can shoot the 3 ball pretty well, and you know Miles Bridges, he can defend with the best of them. So he ain't missed a game in his NBA career, I don't think. Whole NBA career, and he played with Jalen Brunson on Villanova. So
I say this, you know, we joke around about RJ and stuff like that, but RJ is a pretty healthy player. You know what I mean? And I like the way he, you know, aside from that laceration to his finger, he's pretty durable during the years. So that's one thing that's, for me is better than an OG. OG, I hear OG's played about 40 something games this year, something like that. So maybe that might be, but whatever it is, man, however it will work out. I mean, I don't think that RJ gets moved nowhere near the trade deadline, but in the offseason, we're gonna see what happens. Everything's gonna happen after that July, that date that his contract actually goes into effect. I think I keep remembering July 13th. That's my birthday month, so I believe it's July 13th.
Hey, real quick, Frank Michael, that was a good one. Frank said KD, Kyrie Harden turned into KD, Dinwiddie, and Simmons. That is true. That is real talk, man. All that they had, 3 prominent dudes on that team and still didn't do nothing. Yes, sir. Listen, let me bring the brother, the ambassador. You know what it is, man. J Poogie, what's good? What's good, brother? You in?
Salute. 3 capital S's. Blessings, health, and happiness to everybody, man. Trying to tell you, man, the Sixers in here, they trying to act like they trying to invade and take over the building tonight.
Wow.
But we ain't trying to let that happen. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. I had the other thing on. That should be a little better. But yeah, it sounds like Philly in the building trying to invade and take over the territory, you know what I'm saying? But we ain't trying to let that happen, you know what I'm saying? Right now, we know it's all-star issues on the table right now. We understand James Harden trying to get to the all-star game. But guess what? We got Brunson trying to get to the all-star game tonight. So it's a battle with them guards getting ready to go down inside this building, you know what I'm saying? Last night, I tried to get at you, man, but I was unable to get at you. I'm just out here mingling with the crowd right now. Then I'm getting ready to go back downstairs to Delta. But seeing that y'all was going, I just wanted to rock with y'all and let y'all know the atmosphere is real lovely out here. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to the greatest people it is in the world in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in the greatest form of health. You know what I'm saying? Blessings, health, and happiness to everybody. We got to get this dub tonight. You know what I'm saying? We don't care about we played yesterday. We don't care about we win the overtime. Buckets is buckets. And take that mop out of here. This ain't coming to America when they was at McDonald's. Take that mop out that bucket and try to mop something up. You know what I'm saying? We're going to handle our business and do what we go do. Just wanted to come give you some blessing and love, Divine. And my man, Shot Powers. You know what I'm saying?
You're ready.
Salute. 3 capital S's.
Yes, sir. Jay Boogie, enjoy the game, my brother. Taking the atmosphere. You know,
hold on 1 second. I'm gonna let you see the atmosphere real quick where I'm at.
Okay. Let's do it.
That ain't even my section. I got to get up out here and go back downstairs. I'm up here mingling with the crowd. Holla back, yo.
Okay, bro. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah. Jay Boogie in the building with us, man. Next real talk. But we about to get out of here, ladies and gentlemen. The game about to start. Salute to the chat. That's where it's at. Shy Powers about to travel. My brother about to go out there. You be safe when you travel. You and wifey and all that good stuff, man. And have fun out there, brother. Just take care of yourselves, man. Be good. Just come back healthy, wealthy, and wise. Put it like that.
This is where I'm gonna be. This how you gonna see me in about 12 hours like this. Get them girls. Get them girls.
Hey,
Get them girls.
I know wifey be over there. Look. Cha-ching. Cha-ching. Yo, man, y'all be safe, man.
Get them girls.
Yeah, that's her. And we'll talk to you on the other side, man. Y'all enjoy the game. I got the Knicks tonight coming back 107-100. 107-100. I got the Knicks going out there tonight trying to get it popping, man. That's what it is.
I'm gonna do a little something different. Tonight I think it's gonna be a little high scoring, but tonight I think we prevail. I'm gonna go 118 to 113 New York Knicks.
Yeah, real talk, man. Yo, salute to the chat, man. You cats always representing. Make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe, running out the door, man. Chris Rose, salute to YouTube. My brother for coming in. Sorry you came in a little late. We better get out, but come back in again, man. The game day is always before the game day. Next real talk game day before the game. So Chris Rose, thank you for coming in, man. Real talk. And sorry we getting out right now, but Frank Mountain got 114, 108. I like that as well. Shop Howard and Frank scoring a little more higher than I do. So I'm gonna have to kind of meet them in the middle, man. I'm gonna have to go up to 110 because Frank and my brother Shop Howard got him up in the team. So I'm gonna go 110, 103, man. We'll see y'all, man. Y'all enjoy it, man. So Shop Howard, I'll holler at you, man. Keep in touch with me. Let me know you landed safe and all that good stuff.
Y'all ready? Y'all ready?
Popping the night while the game is going on, so you know how we do. All right, buddy, man. Y'all be safe, man. Salute to the chat. And y'all make sure y'all get some prayer and the best of my brother Shop Howard in the travel mode, man. Let's get it.
Ready.
All righty, man. Peace, everybody.
Let's get it.
Get it. Time for Divine Shot, KJ events. This real talks the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Nick shit, dripping in Nick shit. Up in the world, most famous arena with a click. That's a conglomerate. The Knicks real talk, the real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variants, dominant. Paying homage to the cats in the chat. That's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that. You don't care for hyperbole, we straight facts. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, the side. My entourage be on the job, my energy. 50 tripping and 10 boots. As they cook my game plan, let my brand salute and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that the Knicks we know is pretty, but we all stay giddy. But we embrace the fan base like the link, Anthony Mace. We drink the logo when there's hair space that appear like square space. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, look at that Knicks City drip. There's 50 Dexters on the court, looking pretty legit. I stay true to the orange and blue. I thought you knew, so here's a few bars to shine like stars divine to Mount Mars. Knicks real talk. Here we go, let's go.
Knicks real talk right here. I'm representing
Knicks real talk.
right here.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Knicks real talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yes, sir.
Knicks real talk.
We here.
Here we go, let's go.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes,
Let's
sir.
get it.